This episode of Access to the Arts has been made possible through the support of First Bank Richmond, with 8 locations in Wayne County to serve you. First Bank Richmond and you, doing great things together. Hi, and welcome to Access to the Arts. I'm Eric. Coming up on this show, we'll get some out-of-this-world sights and sounds from the RSO signature event, and we'll hear from Direct Contact, who performed for the Lively Arts series on the IU East campus. All that and more on Access to the Arts. Thanks for joining me. Normally, we spend a lot of this show looking forward and giving you a chance to put some of the arts organization's events on your calendar. We're going to take a little time and look back a little bit. Last month, we had a chance to speak with Beth Herrick about the Community Art Show at Morrison Reeves Library. We were at the Artist Reception and Gallery on April 26th. So let's hear from MRL staff and a couple of the artists.
I was born and raised here in Richmond, Indiana, and a couple of decades ago we moved to southeastern Kentucky. Although a beautiful area of the country too, the skies are just not what they are in Indiana. And when I moved back up here, we weren't here a week and this beautiful storm blew up. And it was beautiful and it was terrifying and it was gorgeous and it changed so rapidly, and that's what inspired this painting, was just the changing of the beautiful stormy Indiana sky. Beads, glass, acrylic paint, glitter glue, there might be some dog hair in there, God only knows. Just whatever. I have a big art table and I was just grabbing. And I was painting when I was out on the porch when the storm was blowing, so I was trying to keep hold of the painting and
So this shot's on my, I'm sure it's a shot that everybody who drives to the west part of town knows. It's on my drive home every day from work, and I always see it, and especially at night, I love the neon lights, and it was just kind of like, I've wanted to take a photo of it just continually, and then the conditions were right. I had my camera with me, and it was born. I don't know if I have a real a genre that I stick to. I guess street photography might be kind of the most aptly, the most apt title for it. I'm really into portraiture. Obviously, this is not a portrait, but yeah, just kind of still life of the Midwest is what I'm interested in.
Hi, I'm Jenny Lahman, and I would like to thank you for coming out tonight to Morrison Reeves Library for the opening of our Community Art Show. Tonight is a celebration for all of our artists and for our community. Art is woven through our community, and we are so proud to honor that legacy this evening with our all-inclusive, non-competitive art show. We have 60 artisans that came out with their artwork tonight. It just amazes us. We had such a good time meeting the artists when they were dropping off artwork, but then also trying to figure out what's the perfect place to put these pieces of art so that they honor you. And we just are so, so grateful for your artwork. As you may have noticed, there are 60 pieces of artwork. They're from all ages and all creative levels and all mediums. We are so proud to honor our specific artists that especially this is their very first time to ever be in a public art show. There's 35 of those, so I'd like to offer a round of applause for those first-time artisans. We've seen many family members and people standing in front of their artwork, and it's a very proud moment. I'm so happy to have all of you here tonight with us, too. Some of our art is actually for sale as well. You can see that noted on the artisan cards. And then there's a price sheet here Beth has. If you'd like to, it's a way to connect with those artists and how to make those purchases. We couldn't do this without all of our community partners. We wish to thank Richmond Art Museum, the Friends of Morrison Reeves Library, WCTV, 1017 The Point, area art teachers that encourage their students to make some art to bring in here tonight. And our co-host couldn't do it without Ariana Cook and Beth Herrick. Thank you so much. I'm going to hand the mic over to Beth Herrick. She wants to talk a bit about our community or our craft programs that we do here at the library.
Thank you, Jenny. I'm so happy to see so many of you here tonight, all of our artists that are celebrating their first time or their return to having their artwork shown. So thank you for coming this evening. At Morrison Reeves Library, we have a lot of programs that we offer on a year-round basis, and some of those programs are explicitly meant to inspire your creativity. My co-partner here, Ariana Cook, is one of those creativity inspirers, and she is the brainchild between our program Pickup Kits, which will happen weekly during the summer reading program, and those are you can grab those at the front desk and take them with you. They're designed for teens and adults. We have some of them showcased in this historic glass case for you to take a look at. And she also is the host of Art with Ariana, which happens on a quarterly basis. Our next program will be May 10th with book planters, and then September 13th and November 8th. So make sure you're looking on our calendar for that. mrlinfo.org/events will get you the calendar info for that. I wanted to share also our youth programs do a ton of creative programming and art programming. Too many folks to name, but some of them are here. I see BB over there. Kendra was here. Leslie, Erica, many folks. On Wednesdays, Love Our World will be happening this summer at 3 p.m. And on Thursdays at 3 p.m. will be our teen creative program. So that's happening this summer starting June 3rd for 8 full weeks. And then we have drop-in programs for family art. We have family art making sessions on June 10th and July 6th, and that'll be from 11 to 1. And then lastly, while it's a different kind of creativity, I wanted to share we have live music happening at Morrison Reeves Library. So on May 18th, we have Joe Augustine with Achilles Tenderloin performing. That'll be very exciting. And then he will help us with creating our next musical guest, which will be on June 15th. So May 18th and June 15th. And then a different kind of creativity, kicking off our summer reading program, happens with Madcap Puppets. And if you don't know Madcap Puppets, it's puppetry with always a bigger than life-size puppet, at least one. So it's one of my personal favorites, and I'd love to see you on June 3rd for that summer reading program kickoff. Thank you for allowing me to share a little bit about the creative programs that we have going on at Morrison Reeves Library. Thank you to WCTV for promoting that, and thank you to you for sharing your heart and your art with us and the greater community. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
The Community Art Show will be on display at Morrison Reeves Library until June 3rd. Also on last month's show, we had a chance to speak with Monica Koschlein, Executive Director of the Richmond Symphony Orchestra. We talked about the search for and finding a new musical director. They named Andres Lapera to that position. And we also talked about their signature event, Out of This World. This Ginger Gray production turned out to be exactly that. There were great performances by the Richmond Symphony Orchestra, the RSO Singers, there were some out-of-this-world costumes by those attending, and it was a really great event. And let's take a look at what some of that looked and sounded like. If you could not attend Out of This World, the RSO signature event, or if you came in after the RSO singers performed, you have a chance to see them as they will be performing at St. Paul's Lutheran Church at 121 South 18th Street on Monday, May 8th at 7 p.m. I had a chance to speak with Pastor Cliff Nunn from St. Paul's Lutheran Church, and he says this is the first of a few performances that they will be doing in their sanctuary for members of the community free of charge. So if you get a chance, stop by St. Paul's Lutheran Church on Monday, 7 p.m., May 8th, for a performance by the RSO Singers. We'll come back and hear a performance by Direct Contact.
A spark, an invitation. invitation into the world of the unknown. It moves us to change, to grow. It asks us to dream bigger. An idea is better shared. It ignites us, and we make each other bright. We can do great things together.
It has been another great year of performances here on the Indiana University East Campus with the Lively Arts Series. Normally, it's faculty from Indiana University East, and they have brought in friends from Earlham College, faculty from there to perform, but they did something a little bit special with their last performance of the year. They asked Direct Contact to perform. Let's hear a little bit of that performance.
And we take American pop songs, we do it, put a twist on it, but then we also have a lot of original songs, and this is one of them. This is written by Steve Dokken here on the bass, and it's called Cha-Cha Blues. Cha-Cha Blues!
Watch for replays of all of this year's Lively Arts performances on WETV Channel 20, and also you can find them on the IU East Music Department's Facebook page. Before we're out, there are a couple of performances that I do want to mention to you that are happening this weekend. Joe Piscopo from Saturday Night Live fame and also a number of film credits will be bringing his big band to Civic Hall Performing Arts Center as they will be performing Saturday evening at 7:30. Tickets for this show are still available. It should be an upbeat, fun, and lively show. Go to civichall.com if you want more information about this performance. Also happening this weekend, the Reed Center will be hosting the Dayton chapter of the Gospel Music Workshop of America, Incorporated, in concert. Doors for this show will open at 3:30. The performance begins at 4. I had a chance to speak with the musical director, Kevin Beeman, during my Get Up with Kelly and Eric morning show on 101.7 The Point. Here's a little bit of that conversation. I have a chance to speak with Mr. Kevin Beeman. He is the musical director for a group that is going to be performing at the Reed Center this Sunday at 4 p.m. It is the Dayton chapter of the Gospel Music Workshop of America. And thank you very much for taking some time and talking with me this morning. We appreciate you all coming into Richmond on Sunday. Tell us a little bit about the Gospel Music Workshop of America. How was this founded and how does it keep going?
Let me tell you, the Gospel Music Workshop of America is a national organization. We have a national convention every year that holds, from 15 to 30,000 people every year. It travels around the country, but in every city or every area or every region, there is a chapter. But the greatest chapter is the Dayton chapter of the Gospel Music Workshop of America.
When you all come into town on Sunday the 4th, you'll be at the Reed Center inside a church that is, inside a building that was a church for a number of years. Tiffany Windows looks good. What should the audience expect from this particular concert?
Well, let me say this. I am originally from Indianapolis, Indiana.
Okay.
Born and raised in Indianapolis. I am a Nap Town boy. And I came to Ohio because I went to Central State University. And once I went to college at Central State University, I just kind of stayed in the area. But every Wednesday night, I would be in Richmond, Indiana, because we had a church up there called Holy Temple, Church of God in Christ. It was on H Street, and then they moved over onto J Street. So I have some fond, loving memories of Richmond, Indiana. When I told the choir that we were coming to Richmond, I was able to share with them some of my personal experiences in Richmond. And we are very, very excited to come. I do know my friend, Brother Patrick Piper, who is over at the Earlham College choir. I told him, I said, I know you have all those young folks singing, but we're the seasoned saints, and we're coming into Richmond to show y'all how to do it. So we are looking forward to being with you all in Richmond.
Kevin, tell me, what got you into music and what got you into the Gospel Music Workshop?
I've been in music since birth. I don't even remember a time that it wasn't that I wasn't singing, I wasn't playing something, I wasn't directing a choir, doing so. I don't even remember a time that I wasn't in music. But I always liked good professional music. Growing up as a child, you like all kind of genres of music, but then I kind of started honing in onto gospel. From teaching choirs, praise teams, leading worship, and I absolutely love it. And then when the Dayton chapter came, the Dayton chapter has been in existence over 40 years, and I've been with them probably about 25 years. I've been in the leadership role for like the last 10 or 12 years. And when I say I just want people to come that love the Lord, love singing, love coming together. We're not like most choirs. I don't have a lot of arguing and fighting and things like that. I tell them, if you got to do that, go somewhere else. So we come and we love on each other. It's so funny, Eric, that you asked me that. We had rehearsal the other night. I said, it's amazing. My biggest fuss with the choir is telling them, will y'all be quiet from loving on each other? I need to teach some songs. They're just loving on each other, talking to each other, having fun, enjoying the fellowship with one another. And then we sing, it is simply glory from heaven.
All right. What haven't I asked you that you want the community to know about this concert that's coming up this Sunday, 4 o'clock, the Reed Center? What do they need to know?
Come out. Come out. We want to see Richmond. I want to see the Richmond people that I grew up with. Maybe not the people, but, the environment of people that I grew up even in the Richmond area. Come out. I promise you, you will be blessed. We sing all genres of music from classical to spirituals to anthems and, of course, down-home good gospel. So you would be blessed by this concert, and hopefully when you leave, you'll leave better than what you came.
Mr. Kevin Beeman, musical director of the Dayton chapter, the great Dayton chapter of the Gospel Music Workshop of America. Thank you very much for spending some time with me. I know that you have some things you have to do. I appreciate the time. We are looking forward to the concert. Doors open at 3:30. Performance begins at 4 at the Reed Center. We're looking forward to seeing you on Sunday.
Thank you so much. God bless you. Looking forward to seeing you.
Thank you. Thanks for watching Access to the Arts, made possible through the support of First Bank Richmond. Have a great weekend. As always, I wish you well. This episode of Access to the Arts has been made possible through the support of First Bank Richmond, with 8 locations in Wayne County to serve you. First Bank Richmond and you, doing great things together.